Hey, Zach.
Hey, Alex.
And welcome, everyone, to the
Pokemon
Power
Podcast. That's the best one we've ever done.
Zach, how hot is it in your garage right now?
I mean, with the breeze and hearing the party of children next door, it's a cool, probably 81 degrees. So it's nice.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it cooled
I was
off.
expecting 100. Okay.
No,
okay.
yeah. Yesterday, I was worried that we wouldn't be able to do this because it was 106 or more inside my garage.
I was
but now
laying.
It's cool.
I think I was laying in bed and I saw your message, and it first said it's 103 degrees in my garage. To which I thought, okay, the podcast is canceled.
Yeah.
Then you wrote and said, I'm going to a hotel to stay to survive the heat, and I'm bringing all my recording equipment with me. And I was like, oh, this is exciting. And then that switched back to, okay, we are staying in a hotel. However, I'm going to come back and record the podcast in the garage. So thank you for having that as a priority, Zach.
Yeah. I mean, I think my wife really appreciated it since, it also was like our son's birthday today. But I said, I have to leave for at least an hour to do this, baby. And I have to.
I'm glad your wife understands the importance of this podcast, that our 15 YouTube subscribers are that important to her as well. That's
nice. She gets the priority. She totally gets it.
Good. Well, Zach, it is our show, the Pokemon Power Podcast show. And as some people may have become acutely aware, I normally do a lot of the pre-show stuff, a lot of the pre-production segment producing sort of stuff. But you said, hey, I want to take something. Give me the pre-production stuff. You do the post. I don't do any of the post. I put that in Zach's accomplished, capable hands.
Okay.
And
I was hoping it was going to be a compliment at the end of that sentence.
It was a compliment.
No, I was hoping it was, and I achieved it. Yes. So, I mean, I was pumped. Alex, that you really would allow me this privilege. And so I really hope that I disappoint, and I can't wait for the next episode when part of the apology.
Icebreaker.
Part of the apology section is just apologizing that I ever did anything and tried to make anything up on my own. But this is what I was thinking, okay? A little icebreaker, a little get to know you. And I was coming up with some great names, and I settled on a name that's not great, but we're going to go with it anyway. What we're calling this right now is the Boyer George Pokesessment Emotional Test.
Okay.
Okay. And so with the Boyer George Boyer Pokesessment, I have to keep remembering it was really good when I made it up. The Pokesessment.
Yes.
What we're doing here, what we're trying to do is to look into ourselves, to understand ourselves, and in that, give our Pokemon of ourself. Okay, so this is I was thinking that we could say it for each other and see if we could say what kind of type would you be? What kind of category are you?
I don't know if we should describe each other anymore.
No, and I decided that we shouldn't do that because it'll end with us
arguing.
Just arguing, and that's not a fun thing to listen to. So instead, it's a self-assessment.
What Pokemon is most like Charles Manson?
Cubone, I think, is what it is.
You only know 9 Pokemon, okay?
I know. Of the 9 that I know, Cubone's the closest to a serial killer. So anyway, this is the Boyer George Boyer Pokesessment Emotional Resilience Test. Okay. And so with this, we're going to be sharing with the listeners how we self-assess in the Pokemon types. What kind of Pokemon would you be, Alex? And so that's where we're going to go. You are the expert, so you understand the, actual categories of it. So we're saying the type that you'd be, that other weird thing that's a category, and then what is your kind of top move that you'd use?
Okay, I'm going to pull one up and show it to you. I think I know which Pokemon I am. And I didn't know the Pokemon. I didn't know the name or the category that was in before I picked this one out, because I wouldn't have picked it because its category is the muscular Pokemon. That's not what I was thinking of.
Ooh, nice.
But this is Girder. Which I believe from Black and White. And it is a Pokemon that it is known for its hard work. It is known for, just constantly being a workhorse. And that's important to me. I like putting in the work here at the podcast. I like putting in the work at home. I'm a workhorse. If I could carry a girder over my head at all times and I had a big red clown nose and a haircut that made me look like no one could take me seriously, I would just do it. I would go for that. If I had big veiny pink arms like Girder
terrifying
has.
Like you have the disease where like your skin is see-through and you're like,
if everyone was just horrified when they saw me, I mean, that would be the life I choose. So I think that would be the actual Pokemon that might fit what I am. Are you looking for more than it? You want me to describe me as a Pokemon, myself?
Yeah. So the other co-name of this segment was going to be Pokemon or Pokemon. And you would then define yourself. But that was actually really enlightening. I think you used a real Pokemon, and see that as the expert, you could think of one and you do that. Because as you were doing that, I was like, man, could I think of one that I would? And I can't. But what I would say is, what type would you be and why? What's your category and what's really your main move? Okay, so what type are you?
Type normal.
Okay. Normal type, going realistic. And why normal type, Alex? Why do you think you'd be normal type?
I'm plain Jane. I mean, I think you'd be surprised to learn that my favorite flavor of ice cream is not vanilla. You'd be like, oh, I'd assume that you love vanilla and your favorite topping for pizza is cheese. But
just cheese.
Those aren't necessarily true, but I do think I'm a normal dude, and I don't mean that to disparage anyone who does not identify in the same way that I do, but I am about as boring of a man
as
I think I can get. You also asked what else were you asking? My category?
Yeah, what's your category? What's your thing that is supposed to be a category but ends up being a really unique thing about you?
Like fragile white male type? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Emotional man. That's what your type is?
I think there is something to just being an adult who accepts their childish nature and has that both be a part of it. I don't want to qualify myself as a man child. I don't. You
were defining it. I was like, is this where he's going?
There's this almost seriousness that comes with adulthood of like rejecting your childish nature to just be like, no, everything about me that I was like as a kid, I'm not that anymore. And I think that a part of maturation is accepting that. So I don't know how to describe it because I don't think man child is a very positive term.
No, it's not. But we'll take it as a positive. You're saying one with childlike wonder intact.
Sure. A childlike wonder category.
Yeah, love it.
And then what is my main move?
Yeah,
I've told you this story. We like to pretend that we never talk off air, but I have told you this before that when I was in Pee Wee football, there was a hurricane and that hit Florida. It was a very small hurricane actually, and I think this is why I can kind of have a fond memory of this. If it was like millions dead because of this hurricane. I know.
That's like one of their favorites. I have this really great memory. It was a tornado came over my house. Grandma got swept away.
When I was in football as a young man, there was a hurricane that hit Florida called Hurricane George, which is my last name, George.
Nice.
So that was my nickname on the football team, Hurricane George. As a lineman, it's just kind of a good, powerful nickname. So if I had a move, it would be Hurricane. I think that would be a good one that I could utilize. Yourself, what would you qualify yourself as? Your category, your type, and your signature move.
Okay, so I'll do it real quick because some people take up a lot of time talking about themselves. I'm gonna go psychic type, not because I can read people's minds, but I enjoy understanding other people, and in my mind, an Abra is just floating around. He's a pretty cool guy.
Okay.
But he's quiet. And he's always kind of thinking ahead a little bit. And I like to see myself as somebody being in the work that I do in pastoring people, taking care of them. It's a lot of like kind of listening and understanding someone else's mind and trying to, talk to them in a way that they'd understand. And then my category would be lonely reading type.
Okay.
Just, if I could just have a time to
Brandon Sanderson fan type.
Yeah. Just going to read about 2,000 pages of a book.
Yeah.
is great. And I also probably lonely reading too many books at once type, where I just would surround myself and read like 8 books at a time and really not get anywhere in any of the books. If that was a type. And then my big move, man, I wish I could think of something as cool as your Hurricane George story.
Thank you.
Because Hurricane as a move is so killer. But if I'm psychic type, and my move, let's see, what's my move gonna be? Confusion. That'll be great. Confusion in the sense that my wife would say I have a great skill at this, although it's the one where I kind of confuse myself. So maybe it's like headbutt, where I try to confuse somebody else, but really my wife is going, how do you not understand what I'm saying right now? And I was like, I was just trying to understand you. And it turns out now I'm more confused. So really confusion headbutt. That's my main move right there.
You want to understand others, but first you got to understand yourself.
Yeah. And I'm already confused. Just you said that. I'm so confused already. That's it.
I don't want to leave you in confusion. Thank you for running Icebreaker, Zach. We talked about whether or not you'd be able to do it again after this. I'll say yes.
I think that could be the best icebreaker because we really broke the ice with each other in a way that's so deep.
You did break the stream because I did have to cut out for a moment there.
That's true, and I broke the stream because you left. I got too vulnerable and you left.
Yeah, it was very sad. Zach, I don't want us to be confused, so I want to clear up any possible confusion and talk about which Pokemon we're talking about today.
I can't wait.
And it's a big episode, Zach. It's episode 10. This is going to be our
big 1-0.
The big 1-0.
That's what they call it. The big 1-0. And I'm going to do
one
the
episode
best
for
I've
every
ever
3
done.
years of my life.
I'm going to elucidate the heck out of whatever happens.
Well, let's try this out. Let me get my timer ready. I didn't set up my timer because I'm a foolish man. But for those who haven't listened to this show before, Zach is going to see the Pokemon that we're talking about for the first time right now, and we are going to give him 30 seconds to then describe that Pokemon, to tell us what exactly this Pokemon is without using its name or any other Pokemon name. Zach, are you ready?
Can't wait. Yeah, I'm so ready.
All right, I'm going to bring it up on the screen. 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Oh boy. What is regarded as the most the cutest thing you've ever seen. This is a mouse rodent type Pokemon looking. It's yellow, it's adorable, and it looks like an electric bolt is just coming right out of its caboose.
10 seconds left.
Someone would call that a tail, electric bolt tail with little ears with black on the top, rosy red cheeks, and adorable smile. You just want to give this little guy a hug.
Oh, fantastic. Good job, Zach.
Thank you.
That was like 30 seconds right on the dot. And I got to ask you, Zach, who's that Pokemon?
Oh, man. Pika.
Yeah, we're talking about Pikachu today, buddy. We have
for the big 1-0. We
for
go
the big
big.
1-0. Zach, I at the very beginning of this show told everyone, I said, look, we have a random list, but then I made one change.
You gotta have to
number
big
10.
one. You gotta have Pikachu's number 10.
I wanted it to be a celebration, you know. I'm excited that we hit the 1-0. You know, every week you tell me I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, it's been too long.
I have to pressure you. I send you presents.
Well, if you told me every week we're gonna do Pikachu, I'm in.
Okay, wonderful. I will say, yeah, I told you ahead of time. I was like, I think we have a lot to talk about. I didn't tell you what Pokemon we were talking about, but I made a big outline of what I want to discuss today, and I literally think we could do several episodes on Pikachu. Just so much to discuss.
So episode 10 starts our mini series just talking about Pikachu.
I honestly, Zach, we joke about the Patreon, but I think there's something there at some point. Some extra podcast just on Pikachu. Anything you particularly want to say about Pikachu? Obviously, just a huge icon. I believe like more recognizable than Mickey Mouse. Like everyone knows who Pikachu is.
Yeah, it's that Mickey Mouse, Hello Kitty level of recognition. Mario,
Spider-Man.
I mean, here's the deal. Every episode so far, something about Pokemon has been crushed for my heart. And so I'm a little nervous. I like that there's a lot to talk about, but I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous what kind of facts you're going to bring out today.
Cast those nerves aside, my good man. This is going to be a feel-good episode.
Here we go.
Very happy about this one.
I'm just learning cool stuff today.
Just cool stuff, I think.
Excellent.
We're going to do a new game that I think we're only going to do one time ever.
Perfect.
This is a game I'm going to call Pikachu or Protege. And this game is simple. Normally we like to go through the Pokedex. Pokedex is full of insane facts about Pokemon. But I wanted to go through some Pokedex entries. And Zach, I wanted you to guess, or if you know, to tell me whether that is from Pikachu's Pokedex entry or from one of Pikachu's many proteges, one of Game Freak's other attempts to make a new Pikachu that the people out there would love.
Are these like the things that are like kind of versions of Pikachu, like Pichu and stuff like that? Or
so I actually had an entry for Pichu and I took it out because I was like, Pichu's essentially just little Pikachu, but
okay.
There's
so what
lots
are we talking
of
about then?
What
about the plus and minus ones? Are that a thing?
They are a thing.
Okay.
And they may be on this list.
Okay. I'm just trying to understand I'm saying as a protege.
You're getting it.
Right,
so I'm going to go through some Pokedex entries, and you're going to tell me if it is Pikachu or Protege. And if you guess Protege and you think you know which Protege it is, just tell me, okay?
I already proved to you that I don't even know their names, but let's do it.
All right. The long hairs on its back act as lightning rods. The bolts of lightning it attracts are stored as energy in its electric sac.
Electric sac? I thought you said I wasn't going to be disappointed with what I learned today. That's a thing. Oh man, I hope it's not Pikachu. But
so what do you want to say?
I don't want to say it, but I think it's Pikachu.
Okay, I told you this is a feel-good episode, buddy. It's not Pikachu.
Good.
Not Pikachu. Okay. It's one of his many proteges.
All right, good.
This is one I'm going to bring it up on the screen for just a moment here. This is a Pokemon called Togedemaru.
What?
This is a very recent Pikachu attempt, which I think it's cute. Less said the better. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, it actually looks like, what's that thing called that's like on like Disney Channel that has all of like all the characters, and they're like kind of little like sausage versions of themselves. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Like Moki Toki. It's like something like that.
Moki?
No, it's not that. Anyway, listeners, write in or tell us what we are wrong on this. But there's something that like is little cute things like that.
You need to figure out what it's called because I don't want to repeat whatever this is in apology time.
Yeah, that's true. I'll figure it out some other time.
All right.
All right.
Let's
so now
going.
I get the context. It's still feel good. Pikachu doesn't have an energy sac that I need to worry about.
Electric sac is what that was called.
Thing. Okay, great.
Pokedex entry number 2. It has small electric sacs on both of cheeks. If threatened, it looses electric charges from the sacs.
I mean, it has red dots on its cheek, but I'm going to say it's a protege.
Zach, I'm so sorry. That's Pikachu.
He does have them. Oh my gosh. This is a lie. This show is a lie.
I built you up. I tore you down. Next one. We gotta make our way through this. The end of its tail serves as a buoy that keeps it from drowning, even in a vicious current. Is that Pikachu or one of its proteges?
That's a protege.
Do you have a guess as to which protege?
That has like a blue ball on its tail.
I'm going to give that to you, Zach, because you got it. That is one called Meryl, and I'm going to pull that one up for the viewers.
Got it.
Meryl was one that when actually they showed it at first, this is from Gold and Silver, it was like the fans had dubbed it Pika Blue because they're like, it was so clear, so obvious to everyone that this is their new attempt at Pikachu. And I have a theory that actually when they do the Johto entries of the Let's Go franchise, I think it'll be Let's Go Togepi and Let's Go Meryl. So let's put that in the books right now. When they do the Johto entries to Let's Go, which I think will happen, Let's Go Togepi and Let's Go Meryl. Here's the next Pokedex entry.
So that was good. I like that one.
Good job. Okay. I'm giving you 2 points for that.
Thank you.
It raises its tail to check its surroundings. The tail is sometimes struck by lightning in this pose.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Pikachu.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. That's 3 points. You're getting back in the game.
I've been doing we're on the 10th episode, and I've been losing a lot of these games so far, so I really need a win.
Brandon James Greer crushed you last week.
Oh, my gosh. He did. That was so... I mean, he was wearing the T-shirt, though, and that was really what helped him. All right, I'm going to win this game.
The T-shirt helping him out. It absorbs electricity from telephone poles. It shorts out its body to create crackling noises.
Protege, any idea which one? Not a clue. Sorry.
Okay.
I was going to say, yeah, go for it.
You actually named it earlier, or got close to naming it. This is one called Plessel, and I'm not going to pull up Minun as well, but there's Plusle right here. He's the one with the plus signs on his cheek. There's Minun who has the minus signs on his cheeks. Both stupid. About as dumb as a Pokemon can be. When we get those, Zach,
are just Pikachu, but they painted him weird.
If we do this show, I believe those are Gen 3. If we do this show and we get to those, I'm going to throw rocks at them. I'm ready. I never wanted to throw a rock, but you know what? Plusle, I'm just going to throw a rock in its general direction. Okay. I'm not saying I'm going to hit it. I'm just, one time I went on vacation and I just saw a big bird, and I was just like, I'm going to try and hug this bird. And everyone's like, don't hug the bird. I'm like, I'm not going to hug the bird. I'm just going to try to hug the bird. That's all I'm saying here. I'm not going to hit Plusle with a rock. I'm just going to try. Less said, the better. I don't know why I keep talking about this. I'm digging myself a hole that Pete is going to kill me and bury me in.
We needed something to apologize for next episode, so you got it. Success.
It sneaks into people's homes, steals their electricity from their outlets. When your electric bill seems off, it's the handiwork of this rascal.
Yeah, that's that. I don't want that to be Pikachu, so I'm going to say it's Protege.
Okay. Any guess at what Protege? I think you're out of your depth here.
One that one that has an electric plug on it.
It doesn't have electric plug, but I'm going to give you the point for the Protege part.
Thank
you. This is one called Dedenne. And one of the big differentiations, Dedenne's tiny. Absolutely. I think it's like, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I've seen the pictures. I've seen the photographs of it next to Pikachu, and it's very small comparatively. So, I mean,
it just, again, they're not working very hard to recreate Pikachu. I mean, I'm not going to yell at them, but I mean, who's to blame? I mean, you can't blame them for trying. You can't blame them for trying.
I'd be interested to see, we've mentioned in previous episodes that Pikachu is the handiwork of Atsuko Nishida with the help of Koji Nishino. I'd be interested. By the way, we now sound like we know Pokemon, unlike the first several episodes where we sound like the two biggest idiots in the whole world.
It's true. We're coming along. We're coming along.
But I will say, I'd be interested to see which ones of these, if Atsuko Nishida designed any of these. This is another Pokédex entry. It carries electrically roasted seeds with it as if they're precious treasures. No matter how much it eats, it always gets hungry and in short order.
That's a cool thing. That's not a weird thing, but it doesn't sound like Pikachu. So I'm going to say Protege.
That is a Protege. Good job, buddy. This is one called Morpeko.
Oh my goodness.
This is from Sword and Shield.
Thank you for not even asking me, because you knew that I didn't know.
I do. I'm not asking you anymore because I know you don't know anymore. Perfect. But this is Morpeko, and the thing that makes it different is it loves to eat. And I believe if it doesn't eat, there's an angry version of it. Which I didn't get a picture of.
Is that why it's kind of like a light side and a dark side of it? I like that one. It's also like, it's enough like Pikachu that you're like, I can see it, but I don't take this the wrong way, Morpeko, but it looks kind of like a dumb version of Pikachu. It
does.
It's kind of like
it has one big tooth in the front of its mouth, and it makes it look as childish as possible. We got only a handful left of these. Let's get through these quick. A plan was recently announced to gather as many of these Pokemon as possible and make an electric power plant.
Pikachu.
Yeah, buddy, you got it. You're crushing this now. I think you already won this game, but let's finish this up. Yeah. It grills berries and bug Pokemon with electric shocks and makes a meal of them. It usually nests in the hole gouged in trees.
It's cool, but it doesn't sound like Pikachu. Protege.
I'm not going to even ask. This is one called Emolga. Which you might be familiar with. Emolga actually makes a small appearance in the, I believe, in the Detective Pikachu movie.
I like that one because
it's a flying squirrel.
It's a flying squirrel. So it's not like we just started to make Pikachu. It's like we made a flying squirrel, similar family group. Also, it's cute. So I accept that one.
Okay, great. Maybe that's a new segment we'll do. If we do this Pikachu side podcast, I'd love to do a ranking of all of the Pikachu proteges.
That's the
accept it. It makes fur balls that crackle with static electricity. It stores them with berries and tree holes.
Oh man, I kind of want it to be because that's cool. But does Pikachu care about berries and tree holes?
We'll see.
Protege.
Oh, Zach, I think you've gotten all of them since those first two that you got wrong.
Thank you.
This is one called Pachirisu. This one's just kind of just a squirrel, not a flying squirrel, just a squirrel.
And you know what? It's cute. It's definitely just a squirrel, but they went maybe a little too far away from the Pikachu that it just doesn't hold the same. I don't know.
It loses a little bit of that. Finally, one last Pokedex entry. This intelligent Pokemon roasts hard berries with electricity to make them tender enough to eat.
Is that what Pikachu? Does Pikachu do that? Pikachu?
Zach, you did excellent in this game. That is Pikachu. You did absolutely excellent. Great job. I did want to pull up one final one. Zach, do you know what Mimikyu
Pikachu roasts
is?
Berries.
Pikachu does roast berries.
He's roasting the berries and he's eating them. That's really good to know because I don't think about Pokemon eating before I catch them. I really don't think about them existing outside of me catching them.
Sure.
So that's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, they have a whole life outside of you, Zach.
No, do they though? I stick them inside of a little tiny Pokeball and carry them around.
Is this the same thing? Is this how you feel about your wife? Like the moment you don't see her, you're like, she's just in stasis until I come back.
Yeah, she's kind of frozen, just waiting.
Do you know what Mimikyu is, Zach?
Ditto.
No, I'm gonna pull up Mimikyu because if you don't know about this one, it's fantastic. It's just none of the Pokedex entries even sound close enough. Have you heard of this one?
Yes.
Mimikyu, for the listeners, if you're unfamiliar, is a Pokemon that doesn't look anything like Pikachu, but is jealous of Pikachu and dresses up like Pikachu because it wants attention.
Yes.
And Zach, when we get to this one, it's either Ultra Ball or Master Ball for me. If we get to Sun and Moon and we get to throw
that. The level of intelligence in Mimikyu.
There's something I like about an entire species just being jealous of Pikachus, and they all just collectively decided this is how we dress now. We're all going to dress like Pikachus. We're all going to get that attention. In the anime, Mimikyu hangs out with Team Rocket because he's jealous of Pikachu, and he's like, I love it. I love Mimikyu. Zach, we're going to go back to an old segment, one we haven't done in quite some time. I think we did it in like the first or second episode, but we're going to go back to it. It's a segment we call Questions from the Pokemon Daycare.
Oh, good.
This is a segment for the listeners who are unfamiliar. This is a segment where we gather questions from the Pokemon Daycare, where they watch children about today's Pokemon, and we wanted to see exactly what they think. We have a little bit different way we're going to do this, and I'm going to thank Zach. I want to thank your mommy. Your mommy reached out to us on Instagram, and she recommended an idea, and this is similar enough to her idea that I thought it elevated this segment. All right, Zach, so we have some videos directly from the Pokemon Daycare, and here's our first one.
And what's Pikachu's favorite food?
All right, did you hear that question there, Zach?
What's Pikachu's favorite food?
That was from Penny at the Pokemon Daycare. Do you know what Pikachu's favorite food is, Zach?
Berries.
We did hear that Pikachu likes roasted berries. That was something that we heard. Yes. It wasn't one of that 8-bug Pokemon as far as we learned from the Pokedex entries. I will say there is a real anime answer to this one.
Okay. Cheeseburgers.
No, although not terribly far off. Ash's Pikachu loves ketchup, which I think is a joke about how Ash's last name sounds like ketchup.
Ketchum.
Big Ketchum, very close to ketchup. Pikachu loves ketchup. So there you go, Penny, from the Pokemon Daycare Center. We got another question. It took some prodding, but this is from Lincoln. Those are good questions. Link, you have a question?
No.
No questions about Pikachu?
Jonathan?
You don't want to be on the podcast?
I do.
Okay, what do you want to ask about Pikachu?
What does Pikachu's favorite toy is?
Okay. What is Pikachu's favorite toy? And we also have the child Lincoln there giving his permission to be on the show. So
yeah, I'm glad that you got that for our
thank you
confidentiality agreements and stuff.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? What would Pikachu's favorite toy be? I think he's a mouse. He definitely doesn't like mouse traps. That's not a toy he likes.
Like some kind of a ball? I'm trying to think. I'm thinking through like what I've seen of him do. But is it like one of the plushies? Is he really like a little plushie toy or something like that?
I can imagine that a lot. I can imagine like kind of, like how, what's the little thing that cats play with? Like you put it over their head and they just like.
Yeah, if we go fully into being a mouse, then could just be like a endless wheel that he runs on. But something with his electricity.
Powers it with electricity?
Yeah, he zaps something. Yeah, I can see that.
Sure. And I think that's right. I think maybe a little wheel that he likes to run on Lincoln. I think that's about what he likes. Thank you for coming on the show, Lincoln. And we do have one other video that I would like to show you. And this is from, I don't know this kid's name. I'm going to pull him up here. Tell me if you recognize this kid here, Zach. But we have a question from him. Let's see what he wants to ask.
I want to ask about Pikachu.
Does Pikachu run through walls?
Does Pikachu run through walls? That's from Everett.
Uh-huh. Does he run through walls or bump through walls? I don't know.
I think he might say bump, but you know what? I was thinking about this because I got this video ahead of time, and I think I get the logic of it, because if you look at Pikachu, he's electric, and then if you know the Flash, when he's running, he leaves those streams of electricity behind him.
Yeah,
and I just think and he's able to phase through walls because he's going so quickly.
Yeah.
So you know what, Zach? I think Pikachu can phase through walls.
Yeah, in the universe that he's related to the Flash, Pikachu he's that fast and he just zaps through everything. I could see that. But I'm sorry, Everett, to inform you that in the we want to be truthful with you, Everett, if you're listening to this. And Pikachu does not go through walls. I don't want to crush your dreams, but I have to be honest.
For the listener at home, Evie Everett is Zach's son, and he's just devastating him on the podcast. This show is supposed to be correcting our trauma, and we see Zach on the program creating more trauma. Everett, I just want to let you know that Pikachu can phase through walls, and that he also is Santa Claus. We have basically one more longer segment and then a short segment. We're going a little extra because we got the main man Pikachu on the show today.
That's true.
I mean, we had Brandon James Greer on the program last week. Pretty big guest, bigger than Pikachu. I don't think so.
Yeah, no way.
But we want to revisit another favorite segment we haven't done in a bit. I want to do a segment called Cloyster's Closet.
Oh, good.
Zach, do you remember Cloyster's Closet?
Yeah, this is where I find out what weird clothing Pikachu has actually worn. And so I'm excited to learn this.
So specifically, we're going to talk about the outfits that the Pikachu wears in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. There's a cosplay Pikachu that you can get. It's a girl Pikachu, and she can dress up in a lot of different outfits. And some of these are real and some of these are fake. And I want you to tell me with the best of your knowledge, which are real, which are fake. Okay, Zach?
Yes.
All right, first off, Pikachu Trainer is the title of this one. They're all Pikachu something. Pikachu Trainer, red baseball hat, green vest, blue cotton shorts, and a set of toy Pokeballs at their side. Is that real or fake?
It's adorable. It's real.
I'm so sorry, Zach. That's a fake one. Zach, are you going to go 2 for 2 with the games today, or are you going to lose this one?
I can do it. I can come through. I just was thinking of what would make me happy, and because you said this episode was going to make me happy, and I have to stop thinking that because you lied. So let's do it. I can get it.
I put your son in this episode, Zach. I'm so sorry it's letting you down.
I know. I did like that. I liked his question of Pikachu phasing through walls. That's good.
Pikachu Rockstar. Cosmetic red and yellow eyebrows. Red coat with spikes and fur hood. Sparkly black pants. Is that real or fake?
Oh, man, I could almost imagine the Rockstar part of it, but then you said like the pants, and now
Sparkly black pants.
I can't see it in my mind anymore, but yes, real.
That's real. Good job, buddy.
Man, that was a close one.
You did great.
Okay.
Pikachu Bell. Sapphire brooch and sapphire flower barrette, blue Victorian dress.
So like Disney Bell? Oh.
I don't know, like an old-fashioned bell.
Oh, like Belle. Okay. I was thinking like in Beauty and the Beast or something.
Sure.
Now
Belle of the Ball, I think. I think Belle of the Ball. Yes.
She's shaped like the bell of the ball. Not real.
Real. You think I know about sapphire brooches and barrettes?
I thought you worked hard with your lies. Sorry.
I did work hard on my lies.
2 out of 3.
Unless you just crush it the rest of the time.
1 out of 3.
Pikachu Team Rocket. Black newspaper cap, black jacket emblazoned with stylized R, black slacks.
You say black newspaper hat?
Black newspaper cap, black jacket emblazoned with stylized R, black slacks.
I could see that being a real thing, but now I'm just thinking about to pick out your lies and how badly you said something. But that's real.
That's fake.
That's
you
your
can't
lie.
pick up my lies.
I did. I knew it was your lie because a black newspaper cap isn't a thing.
Guessed yourself. I will say this. In Let's Go Pikachu, you can dress up your Pikachu like it is a member of Team Rocket, but that is not from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Fine.
Pikachu Eevee. A full body Eevee costume with a hole for the face.
Yes, real.
No!
Oh my gosh.
Jeez. By the way, this is the part of the podcast I imagine people just turn off because they're like, Alex is screaming into his microphone.
Just screaming and just so mean that Zach can't guess these things. Pikachu wears these crazy costumes.
He's beating Zach at this game that he made.
Oh my goodness. All right, fine. So he doesn't wear an Eevee costume.
No Eevee costume. Once again, I think that'd be great. I'd be into that. Pikachu Country Star. A brunette wig, white bejeweled jacket, Daisy Dukes boots.
Real.
Fake!
Oh my gosh. Did you only include fake things in this?
I promise you I did not. You guessed Pikachu Rockstar. That's a real one.
That's been the only real one you had.
Well, let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Let's keep going. Pikachu PhD. A brunette wig, black commencement cap, round glasses, white lab coat, green vest.
I don't want to guess anymore because this game has been all a lie. And I just want to say it's a lie, but now I'm worried. That's real.
That is real. Good job, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
You're picking them out. You're doing fine.
No, I'm not. Just
Pikachu Pop Star. Pink bow, pink bow tie, pink and white vest, pink and white tutu, pink flats.
Pink bow and pink bow tie?
Mm-hmm. Now here's the question. Is that stupid because I made it up? Or is that stupid because it's a stupid outfit?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, would he do that? Would he make something dumb, or is that just in the that's a way that it is? That's real.
That is real. Now I think we're starting to separate it. Zach, Game Freak needs to hire me because I have good ideas.
Yeah, no, they're great, and they really check out. Fine.
Pikachu Plumber. Red cap, red shirt, white gloves, blue overalls, brown bowling shoes.
I mean, that's clearly it's stealing like Mario. And I'm trying to read your face, give me some kind of clue. Did you write that, or did they make that? That's real.
That's not real. I told you the good ideas are mine. The good ideas are mine, man. Game Freak. I'm not even a cosplay guy, but hire me for this. I can do this. I can write all of Pikachu's outfits. I got 2 more, okay?
Okay, fine.
You can go out on a high and get these last 2.
Fine.
Pikachu Libre. Orange mask with stylized red cheeks, black sleeveless spandex top, orange and black spandex bottoms.
That's real.
That is real.
Because I don't even know what it meant, and I know that you don't know what any of those words meant. Spandex and something else. What is it? Pikachu Libre?
Pikachu Libre. It's the one that looks like a wrestler. It's so popular they brought it into
Lucha Libre, some stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember the Libre, the wrestling Pikachu? Yeah, it's the same thing. That I think he's also in Pokemon, or she. I believe Pikachu Libre is always a girl, but also in I believe Let's Go as well. Finally, Pikachu Officer. Blue pill cap, blue short sleeve top, black belt and black handbag, black shorts.
I want that to be real. I want there to be a Pikachu police officer. But everything that I've thought is wrong in this game. that's real?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Zach, I brought it back because the last time we did Cloyster's Closet, I got you with Officer Jenny 3 times. That's how the Jigglypuff was dressed.
Yes.
I was like, I just got to bring it back one more time. Zach, I'm just going to tell you this. No one's cosplaying as the police.
Well, I mean, before, anyway, here's the deal. Can you just list what the real ones were out of the 20 questions? There was, 3 that were real?
Rockstar was real. PhD was real. Popstar was real. Pikachu Libre was real. Oh, and Pikachu Bell. That's real as well. So 5 of them were real. I think I gave you 10. But we got one more segment, and then we're going to do our kind of our closing segments for the show. It's another segment that we love. We haven't done in a little bit, but this is from the lab of Dr. Lava, Dr. Lava YT. Fantastic follow on Twitter, Instagram, and also on YouTube. I'd recommend checking him out. Has tons of great information about Pokemon. He tweeted out a little interview or a conversation between Koji Nishino and Ken Sugimori, who I believe is the lead designer of, or maybe lead programmer of the original games. But Koji Nishino, we've talked about, he's a level, he was in charge of different parts of the design of the world, all that sort of stuff. But had a big part of designing Pikachu. This is a little interview that I found interesting. Koji Nishino says, "In truth, I just love Pikachu so much. I didn't want players to find it easily. So I made it difficult to find, placing it in the Viridian Forest with a low appearance rate." Ken Sugimori. "It was maybe selfish about Pikachu, but instead it just made Pikachu more valuable." Koji Nishino. "Among players, it was treated as the first rare Pokemon to appear in the game. That made everyone want it, and articles on how to catch Pikachu appeared in strategy books. As a result, everyone had a Pikachu. My plan completely backfired." I just love this. I love that Koji Nishino, just a sweet man, designer of Snorlax, or not designer of Snorlax. Snorlax is based on him.
Yeah.
But he just wanted Pikachu to be this precious thing, and he did. He made it this precious thing, but he wasn't able to keep it to himself. It had to be spread. And I think by trying to make it, a limited product, it made it all the more popular, all the more desired, and has led to the super phenom that it is today.
That's interesting, though, that it was like not the plan, right? The plan, like, because I think like now, or even in the later iterations, it was like, how can we recreate? How can we make this go viral? How can we make this thing, take off? Where originally the reason that made it was that they made something special, and they were like, well, let's make this a little bit more difficult to get because it's special, and then that made it. Yeah, that made it viral. That made it like go big. And I think that's interesting, even in the sense of like trying to make something happen again. Whatever they like, the saying like you're trying to strike gold or whatever. It has a lot to do with not trying to go for it. I think that's interesting. That's super interesting.
I wanted to mention, so I was kind of a little uncertain on their positions. Ken Sugimori is the art director and character designer for Pokemon, just kind of throughout the entire series. Koji Nishino is a game designer. So I think he's more involved in like interactions, those sort of things. I think he does have a little bit to do with the world itself. Zach, it's time for one of our final segments, the Pokeball Decision. We are going to use a Pokeball to give a ranking, or a review, I should say, to Pikachu. We can choose a Pokeball, a Great Ball, an Ultra Ball. You can also choose a Master Ball. We do it once a season. Neither of us have used it. Brandon James Greer used his Master Ball on Squirtle. So I mean, one Pokemon has a Master Ball on it. We also have the options to flee or throw a rock. So what are you gonna do, Zach? You gonna throw a rock at Pikachu?
I wouldn't even joke. About that on someone as special as Pikachu. This is a hard one for me because I'm thinking through like Gen 1 of like who I'd use a Master Ball on, and it's a pretty short list, and Pikachu's on that list. And I almost would. I'm considering it, but I'm a little worried. And that's the same way I was in the actual game of ever using my Master Ball. I would like end up not even using it at the end of the game and like catch Mewtwo with an Ultra Ball, with like 30 Ultra Balls or something. So anyway, I'm for sure going Ultra Ball, but
You may bump it up to master.
I almost want to.
I will say as well, I am for sure throwing Ultra Ball. I have an idea of, same sort of thing. There's a short list of Pokemon that I'm going to throw a Master Ball at. I don't really know exactly which one just yet. And I just know it's going to hit me like a blinding light when it happens. But Pikachu, there would not be a Pokemon Power podcast if it weren't for Pikachu. We wouldn't be sitting here today.
Yeah.
We'd be two men on the street. We'd be without people who love us.
Yeah.
We would never have completed our educations.
No way.
We would be we'd be destitute. Just horrible lives.
For sure.
We have to thank Pikachu for what we have and for what Pokemon has become. I think that everyone loves Pikachu. I think that if you say you don't like Pikachu, you're being contrarian.
Yeah.
And we don't want you to follow us. Okay.
Wow.
If you don't like Pikachu, you can just don't smash that likes button. Don't smash that subscribe button. Because you know what? We're going to talk about how much we love Pikachu every episode until the day that we're old and gray and our bones turn to dust. Okay.
Wow.
That's our plan. And we're going to live much longer lives than you because you're a bitter fool. I was going to say codger, but I don't know if that's a word.
Yeah, like
and
an
now
old codger.
And I'm concerned that now it's a slur.
Yeah, no, you said something. Don't repeat that, listeners. I'm going to dial it back from a little bit of that rhetoric that we just heard. Like and subscribe, share our content and our videos for sure.
If you're not eating mold and you're not liking Pikachu, get out of my face.
I think both of us agree that we encourage all people of shapes
every race
and
creed
to listen, and even if you don't like Pikachu, just skip this episode. Maybe it might be too painful for you to listen
Good thing to tell them at the end.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been listening this whole time about this Pokemon. But I think both of us are in agreement of the importance of this cute, adorable little Pokemon.
Very much so. You're sticking with Ultra Ball. You're gonna bump it up.
I'm going to stick with Ultra. It feels okay now. Now that I've thought through it and sat with it for a couple minutes, I'm going to stay with Ultra.
Wonderful. 2 Ultra Balls. That's a high honor for Pikachu. I think it's maybe just Pikachu, Snorlax, and Squirtle have gotten that honor. But speaking of those, it's time for the Pokemon Power Ranking, what we've named our very show after. And this is going to be the last one that we're going to name the entire list because it's just going to get too long. I don't want to name the whole list every single time. We'll kind of have a different format for this final segment moving forward. But number 9 is Slowpoke, 8 is Jigglypuff, 7 Spearow, 6 is Squirtle, 5 is Cubone, 4 is Victreebel, 3 is Kangaskhan, 2 is Primeape, and in that number 1 spot, Koji Nishino himself, Snorlax. This is the power ranking. You put Pikachu in there, where's he gonna fall? How's his strength gonna be? I think in the upper side of it. Because here's the thing. What you have something to say.
I was gonna say 3 or 4.
So you're gonna say either above or below Kangaskhan, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, because there's a world in like the game that I could imagine a high enough level, you don't ever evolve your Pikachu. I mean, he's wrecking. He really is. He's fast and he's quick and can do that. But anything with high hit points is going to take a long time. And also, I think Primeape is just...
He's got the hate inside of him that Pikachu doesn't have.
Pikachu doesn't have that. He's just not into it.
When we read Pikachu's Pokedex entries, they're like, maybe he'll start an electric power plant. He likes to eat
doing
berries.
All these nice things. So
every Primeape entry is like, he'll murder you.
Yeah. So
I guess
probably 4 because I think 4 for me. Where are you saying?
I think I would say 3.
Okay.
And that's where I was going to fall
Kangaskhan.
Above Kangaskhan, because Kangaskhan, as we talked about, is filled with sadness that her child is going to leave her one day.
That's true.
While Pikachu, just a delightful fellow or fella, as the ladies like to be known.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not. I think that's just both the same. Okay,
folks, with an X. But no, what I wanted to say is that we didn't even touch on it, but Pikachu has a ton of huge moves. Pikachu has a Z move attached to him. Pikachu has a Gigantamax form. Like I said, there's just tons to talk about with Pikachu. We didn't even touch on the anime really at all. But and then in Let's Go, Pikachu can learn like every move under the sun, every single type. There in the old school games, there's a surfing Pikachu. There's a Pikachu that can fly because he has balloons on him. It's just like there's every kind of Pikachu that you can possibly get. And I think for that reason, just tons and tons of flexibility. I just don't think he has the sheer strength to take on a Primeape whose like fists downright look like boxing gloves. And like definitely not Snorlax. Snorlax is still top tier. I legit think he's going to stay up there for the majority of this season.
There's honestly only a few like
that are even in that discussion. I think
the finished evolution Pokemon that would have a chance. So
what do you think? Do you want to stick with? I would go with 3.
I'm okay with 3. Yeah, no, I'm okay with 3. Especially after you just revealed all those little nuggets of truth there at the very end that we can encourage people of all those fun things that I didn't know Pikachu did. Surfing Pikachu, flying with balloons Pikachu. So a lot of good little nuggets that I learned at the end here.
I think there's bonus stuff to do down the line. We'll come back to it. I think at some point we will discuss it more. So just to go through it one final time, here's the top 10 Pokemon in the power ranking. Snorlax at number 1, then Primeape, Pikachu in the 3 slot, 4 is Kangaskhan, 5 is Victory Bell, the lonely Pokemon Cubone coming in at number 6, that big bad boy Squirtle is in at 7, Spearow getting in on his feathery self is number 8, the bully Jigglypuff is number 9, and the 5-second delayed hit reaction Slowpoke is in at number 10. Zach, anything you want to say in closing?
I know Alex said that you should get out of here if you don't like Pikachu, but everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but maybe you should check yourself if you don't like Pikachu, because if you think everybody likes him and so you're not going to like him, think about it for a second. I think especially the story of how Pikachu started. He was made to be something special, and you just can't hate him for being what he's supposed to be. Something special. And even Pokemon itself, Game Freak's trying to make him again, but you just can't. You just can't make that amazing thing again. I was gonna say like a demigod. I mean, it really is. I mean, who can touch the adorableness, but also some real strength? Pikachu.
Yeah. Great words from a great man there, Zach.
Thank you.
I just think, what you're saying about Pikachu, same sort of thing. It is just absolutely the product of love, patience, talent, just all coming together within Pikachu. And I think that's just something that demands our respect. I thought about coming in with a hot take, but here's the thing. I can't. You know what? I love Pikachu. I have pictures up on my wall of Pikachu because my daughter just draws Pikachu almost every single day. And
it's an amazing Pikachu.
A pretty good Pikachu. I have another one. I have several other that I could grab that are within my arm's reach. Here's another one. Here's a Pikachu heart my daughter made. It's a little misshapen, but it's the product of love. And much like Pikachu himself, you just gotta love it. And one final thing I want to say, Disney Tsum Tsum.
That's what it is.
I'm not covering for your stuff during apology time.
No, that's perfect.
I'll tell Brian I screwed up, but I'm not mentioning Disney Tsum Tsum during this. And that's the last we're going to talk about that atrocity. As always, we would like to thank some people who, oh my gosh, I deleted my closing statements in my outline.
Oh no.
I know that I want to thank Dr. Lava YT. I know I want to thank bulbagarden.bulbapedia.org.
Yeah. Or
and
net.
Cerebi.net. Dang, if I'm screwing this up so badly right now.
No, it's okay. We're
Brandon
thankful
James
for you guys.
Would not be proud of this. No, I got it. Yeah, bulbapedia.bulbagarden.net, Cerebi.org, and Dr. Lava YT. If you'd like to learn more about Pokemon, those would be great resources for you. If you'd like to ask us a question about next week's Pokemon, submit a game, or just keep up with the podcast, you can find us on most social media platforms at Pokepowpod. If you're watching this on YouTube, we would ask that you like and subscribe, as that helps our channel grow. If you are listening to the podcast, please subscribe via your podcast app. And once again, that is also very helpful for us to grow as a podcast. And we would like to say to you, if you're listening to this, if you were a Pokemon, we'd choose you. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful week.
Hey, we love you guys. You're our Pikachu. That's what we want to say to you. See you later. Bye.